Hey, what's going on? We got back with the Stupidiots and we're here talking about candy bars. That's
That is not where I thought you were gonna go with that.
I really couldn't think of one, so I had to like go somewhat similar to the one I used 2 episodes ago, but go for more Jersey-like than before. Because if I recall, I used my southern one last time. Yeah, those are the only two
That is
accents
true.
that I can do. So I'm gonna have to try to think of or master another one before next episode. But today we're talking about candy bars. Um, and last time we talked about sodas, and I was the winner. So this time we are talking about candy bars. Um, we remember our topics, so we're gonna drop our topics at the start of the episode this time. We thought of topics and we're remembering to do it this time. If I win, my topic. Oh, by the way, my name's Jesse. This is Whitney. Forgot to do the introductions in case this is the first episode. Stupidiots podcast where we talk about our top 10 things of a certain subject, and whoever guesses the most right wins and gets to pick the topic next episode. Um, but my topic, if I win, is going to be our top 10 countries we would like to visit, because outside of you technically once, I don't think either of us have left the country, have we?
Nope, just that one time I went to Canada. That
Yeah.
was it though.
And let's be honest, Canada is not anybody's list.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
That's kind of a joke because Canada I've always been really curious about since it's a country that's right there. But like I've technically seen Canada. I've been to Niagara Falls. I forget whether I was technically able to step over the line to Canada or not because I know Niagara Falls goes between both, um, or like that area goes up into Canada or something. I don't. It was
Yeah.
years ago, so I don't remember if I technically set foot in Canada or not. But um, I've seen Canada. I know that much. Uh, very
You've
beautiful.
seen Canada.
It's very beautiful from those few trees I saw. uh,
You know, I was 30 minutes away from Niagara Falls. I never went and seen it while I was up there.
you should. It was nice. It was really cool. That was probably about 7 years ago. Um, but yeah, your topic is
I sorry. I'm gonna keep my topic from last week because I really want to do it. So we are gonna keep with top 10 favorite Greek gods and or goddesses.
awesome. That's gonna be a really interesting topic whenever we get to it. Also, I'm gonna preemptively apologize in case my noise filtering is not filtering out the AC units I got going on right now. The AC in my house is not doing super hot, so I'm relying on window AC and like stand-up AC units to cool the house down because it was about 80 degrees. Um, so this is my only way I'm gonna be not completely exhausted and dying of sweat throughout the whole episode. Um, I tried my best to keep it from picking up, but if it does, I'm sorry. Um, I tried my best, but yeah. Um, let's go ahead and get underway, shall we? Go ahead and call the coin toss.
Ooh, okay. Tails. I'm gonna
Alexa,
flip that
flip a
off.
coin.
Okay. Tails.
It was tails. All right. Which order would you like to go?
Um, I'll guess yours first.
All right.
Yeah, all right. So I don't know if you've ever had this one, but I felt like it would be on your list. So for your number 10, I put like the 100 grand bar.
That is not on my list. I feel like I've had it when I was younger, but I haven't had it in a very very long time. When I was younger, I would eat any candy bar, even if I hated it. I would still continue to eat it. I would list off one or two of what those are, but you may have them listed for me, so I don't want to spoil it.
Right.
Because there's a specific thing that I don't like with my candy bars that I feel is going to be absolutely vital to the duration
Ooh.
of this episode. So I'm,
I,
but we
I feel like I got a lot of things wrong
also
then.
we do have to throw out that rule we mentioned before though of it doesn't have like we will list a specific variant of the candy bar we want, but as long as the person gets the general candy bar right, we're gonna count it. Like say if Whitney has like the freaking Hershey's cookies and cream bar as her number 7 or something, and I just put Hershey's, it still counts. Just because otherwise it'd be way too fucking hard to guess the exact variants of each candy bar. Because like it'd be a little hard to do it that way. But I still want to be able to say the exact variant that I prefer for the sake of the episode, being able to like describe my favorite version of that candy bar.
Right. I just put the generic names for all of
Yeah.
them. Like, I didn't feel like going into detail.
For yours, all of the ones I wrote down were generic. But yeah, there's a couple. There are some of mine where I have a specific version written down, but they have a generic one, so I feel like they'll be fine. Um, generic by generic we mean like original brand name, not like Walmart brand fucking Hershey Kisses or whatever, if that exists. Um, but no, my number 10 is not 100 grand. My number 10 was Three Musketeers. Um,
Oh, okay.
this is one of those candy bars that like my taste in candy bars has changed drastically over the years. Like since I was a child to from when I was like 5 to now. I'd say mostly like from when I was 5 to when I was like 14. Like underwent a huge change in the candy bars that I like versus the ones I don't like. Um, Three Musketeers kind of stayed in the ballpark that whole time. That's one that never really wavered. It was never super high on my list, but it was never off of it either. It's one that's just like I can only eat it when it's like in the small pieces. I can't eat like a whole bar. I can't really eat a whole candy bar in general nowadays, to be honest. But um, just because that level of sweet's a little too much for me. But as we found out in an earlier episode, that's not a thing for you, but at least too much
That's
sweetness.
nothing.
Uh, so yeah, my number 10 was Three Musketeers. But my number 10 guess for you was Kit Kat.
Incorrect. No, my number 10, believe it or not, is a Butterfinger.
Oh, I forgot Butterfinger. That well,
It's
that one would be my number
it's
11. I don't think it would
Butterfinger.
quite beat Three Musketeers for me, but Butterfinger really good on ice cream. Just throwing that out there.
It's really good on peanut butter pie. I absolutely
That
freaking
too.
hate peanut butter, except for peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie is so delicious, and then, like when you have like Butterfinger crumbles on top of it, it's really good.
I bet it
Butterfinger
is.
is like one of those that I don't ever eat unless I just really want to change up what I'm eating, and then I'll be like, you know what, I haven't had Butterfinger in a while. I guess I
Yeah.
can go for it, kind of thing. I
Butterfinger. I had by itself a couple times back when I worked at like the Dollar Tree or at the movie theater. We had the Butterfinger bites. Occasionally, I'd have them. But I more than anything had it as an ice cream topping. Butterfinger with like chocolate ice cream, like really, or at least as a kid. I haven't had it in a long time, but as a kid, it was really good.
It's okay. It's not my favorite by far. Obviously, I don't like peanut butter, so I wouldn't really like that one as much. But it's not bad. I used to downright hate it, and I would refuse to eat it. Like every Halloween, when they would put it in my basket, I would deliberately go through my basket, take all the Butterfingers out, and give them to my brother. I hated them so bad when I was younger. But yeah,
Please lay a
going off
finger
of
on my
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger.
Yeah,
Get
yeah, I was
rid of
like,
this shit.
please take it. Um, so for your number 9, I put Snickers.
That is incorrect. My number 9 is also for some of these. I'm pretty sure they count as a candy bar, but they're not exactly like bar shaped. Or for this example, I have the York peppermint chocolate. I guess it's technically a
Ooh.
patty, but I could not think of 10 bars to put on here that I actually enjoy. but I figured that still counted.
Yeah, I would totally count that.
All these are at least a form of chocolate that are available in a as a smaller variant, and then also a larger original variant, which I presume would count as a candy bar. Yeah, a larger variant of that thing. But most of them are bars. This is one that's technically a circle. But I loved these, especially when I was younger. Now it's kind of strong for my taste, but this is where I learned it's the first time I ever tried dark chocolate and liked it because I didn't even know it was dark chocolate. Um, but I'll get more onto a topic like that later. But I also am a fan of um, mint stuff. So that was the first chocolate mint combo I'd had outside of like mint chocolate chip or mint Oreo ice cream. Yeah. My number 9 for you was Payday.
Incorrect. No. So my number 9 is actually an almond joy. It's a good treat. Definitely not something I would eat a lot because I don't know, the coconut would just like get to me. But I do enjoy coconut, and almond joys are really good. So yes, number 9 is an almond joy.
Gotcha.
For your number 8, funny enough, I put Kit Kat.
Interesting, but no. My number 8, this is the another one where it's like it's not technically a bar in its shape because it's square, but it's essentially a candy bar. But I went with the whatever the Ghirardelli dark chocolate mint candy square is. That's the most not a bar one on here. All the other ones are available. Well, there's one other one that's not a bar, but is everybody kind of accepts it as one. But um, I was just thinking about it too much to not put it on the list. But I also don't eat it enough to rank it any higher. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But after this one, we'll be going into some more common names for lists like this. Just that one, I was like, does it count as a bar? And it's a square, so technically
I
a
would count it
bar.
as bar, yeah.
But it has all the same ingredients and stuff as a bar. Like it has, other than the shape, everything else counts. It's like sizable enough to technically be a bar, and it might be available as a bar. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, my number 8 guess for you was Snickers.
Incorrect. No. My number 8 is a Crunch Bar.
Crunch? You said a Crunch bar?
Yeah, a Crunch Bar. So it's similar to a kind of like a Kit Kat, but not really a Kit Kat in a way.
It's got that crisped rice.
Yeah. So it's an interesting texture, which is why it's so low on the list. 'Cause I don't know. I get it when I get Lunchables and then I eat it, and then that's like usually the only time I eat it. But it's still good enough to actually eat instead of just like giving it away. But yes, Crunch
Gotcha.
Bar.
Interesting.
All right. So for your number 7, I had to think for a second because I have my numbers labeled wrong. So I have mine going from like 1 to 10, just because it's easier to number like that. So 10 to 1, which is throwing me off a little bit. So for your number 7, I put Baby Ruth.
That is incorrect.
I feel like I'm not getting any of this.
Uh, my number 7. This is the only other one that I said is technically not a bar, but everybody still puts it on candy bar lists anyway. Reese's. This is the last one
Ooh,
that is not
okay.
available as a bar in shape. And actually, I think they do have a bar. I don't remember what they call it, but I think there is an actual Reese's bar. But I essentially mean the cups. But just because that's another one that never left my list of my favorites. In contrary to you, I absolutely fucking love peanut butter. um, Yeah, and Reese's is like a peanut butter lover's dream for chocolate.
Reese's are
Yeah,
so gross.
Reese's are delicious. But my number 7 guess for you was Twix.
Incorrect. So my number 7 is a Heath bar.
That's a candy bar I always forget exists.
I know, me too.
I don't remember the last time
Me
I've ever
too.
had one. I feel like I've definitely had one at some point when I was a kid, but I don't even remember what's in it. Like it's one of those that's like always in like the Halloween candy bucket, but I feel like everybody never grabs. So then like the family that bought it's just stuck with like 200 fucking Heath bars in their candy bucket at the end of the year.
Well, okay, I mean, think about it. When you're a kid, you don't want a toffee candy bar.
I didn't even know what was in it. I just didn't like the name.
It's just like straight up toffee. It's really good though. I like it.
I'll have to try it
But
at some
like,
point. I had no idea what was even in it. I just, just didn't like the name.
I don't want to eat Heath.
Yeah, it was just like it sounds too healthy. I don't want
It
that
really
shit.
does sound funny.
Sounds like it'd be like a whole grain bar, you know.
Oh god. Oh god, I know, right? Um okay. So, what number are we on?
You're guessing my number 6.
Okay. Okay. So number 6, Mars bar.
Well, before we continue on, which Mars bar? The American one or the original one?
American.
Okay.
I honestly,
Other
genuinely, when I wrote it down, I was thinking American, but I've completely forgot that there was like an original.
So the original one has a different name in everywhere else, but like the original one was in Canada, and it got. And then honestly, I've never had the American one because it got discontinued before I ever got to try it. Um,
Wait,
but
are Mars bars discontinued?
yeah, no, those are gone.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they're gone. I don't remember when they got discontinued, but hang on. When was the American Mars bar discontinued? 2002. But I guess technically it's almost the Snickers almond is almost the same thing. Apparently, according to Google at least.
Wait, maybe I wasn't thinking of the American Mars bars then.
Say because there's a
I don't.
Mars bar in Canada, but it is
There's a. I
completely different. But it was only available in Canada, and everywhere else was called the Mars bar.
mean, they have like the British one, but the British one looks pretty much like the American one, right?
Yeah,
I'm so
I think the
confused.
American one and the British one are the same. They might be stylized differently on the package, but or something. But the
Maybe that's why I'm confused because the British one's still made. Maybe they just
yeah,
discontinued it in America.
that very well could be the case. I only know because whenever my family, I forget if it was my dad or my mom, loved Mars bars when I was a kid, and when I asked to try one, they're like, "They don't make them anymore, honey." And I was like, "Well, damn." Then I got put in the corner for saying "damn."
Wait, what year did you say it was discontinued?
2002.
Okay, well here's a post in 2017 that says that it's back in America, so I'm kind of
Oh,
confused.
did it get brought back? Wait, what? What post? Wait, what?
Yeah, it's on like this Daily Meal website. It says like legit in big captions. It says the Mars bars is back in America, but this is taste. But how does it taste? My bad. This is it's been 15 long years without the Mars bar, but now the sweet confection's back in American marketplaces. Just in time for Halloween.
Oh, it got
Here's
relaunched.
this.
Um, yeah, I guess it got relaunched at the end of 2016, according to this. I don't know. Is it? It doesn't say when it got discontinued again, though. So I don't. Is it still? It says was. It was sold on it, but it never says when it was. Whenever when it was discontinued, if it was maybe it is available because it says it's available like on like certain online stores, or quote was, but never says when it was discontinued. So
Oh my god. This is such a journey. It was discontinued in 2002. It relaunched back in January of 2010. Only sold in Walmart stores. Then discontinued again at the end of 2011. And then relaunched again in September of 2016.
yeah, maybe it is still available on like the online stores or something. It just keeps saying was, but it never says it was discontinued. I don't know, but either way, throughout that 2002 to 2010 gap would have been when I tried to get Mars bars. But either way, that is
True.
incorrect. It is neither variation of the Mars bar is my answer for number 6. I was just curious which one you were referring to. But my number 6 is Twix. I used to hate caramel when I was a kid. I still don't like it in any other situation other than these like candy bars. I don't like caramel apples or caramel corn. But and some candy bars it does work, and Twix was one of them. I found out in like high school. I didn't like it as a kid because I hated it, and I thought it had the other ingredients that I'll talk about later that I hate in candy bars, but it turned out it didn't, and it was just caramel, chocolate, and cookie, and I really liked it, so I would have it. I also like the freaking Twix ice cream bars. Those are also good.
Oh, those are so delicious.
Yeah, those I would occasionally get as dessert for myself. And yeah, those quickly became one of my favorites. Just not quite enough to crack the top 5. But my number 6 guess for you was Almond Joy. So I got our first point on the board.
Damn it. Okay, so that's not good. That's not good. No, so
It's just 1 point. It's not that big of a deal.
no. We're on number 6, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What were the other ones that you said before?
For your number
On my
10,
list.
for your number 10, I had Kit Kat. Number 9, I had Payday. Number 8, I had Snickers. Number 7 was Twix.
Hmm.
Why? What's your number 6? You can't
My
change your
number
answer
6
now.
is my number 6 is Twix. My number 6 is Twix.
Well, I guess that brings me up 2 more, so I got 3. Man, we have the same number 6.
That's funny.
But why do you
That's
like
hilarious.
Twix? What's your experience with Twix?
Okay, so Twix used to be my like number 1 candy. I feel like it was discontinued at some point, and like I got really upset because they discontinued it. But it was like the one candy I would always get during Halloween that I would really want. So when I did give away all my other candy, it was like, hey, in exchange for this, give me all your Twix. I love caramel. I absolutely love caramel, and I just really enjoy chocolate. So chocolate and caramel always go great together. So that always made Twix like the best candy bar in existence. Um, Recently I've kind of gotten out of it, which is why it's so low on my list because I've eaten it so much over the years that it's just kind of
Yeah.
makes me a little a little sick to eat it. But yes, Twix are really good. And you're right, those Twix ice cream bars are so freaking
They're
delicious.
so delicious, yeah. Twix is my favorite ice cream candy bar. Like, candy bar turned into an ice cream bar, I should say.
Honestly, I was talking about that peanut butter pie with that Butterfinger on it, but I wonder how it would taste with Twix on it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have to try it. But yes.
Also, since we had it, left Twix or right Twix?
Jesse, they're the same thing.
No, they're not. The left Twix is cascades caramel and chocolate on the cookie, while the other one, right Twix, only pours it. Left Twix is better.
It's the same thing. I hate that commercial with a passion. I think that is the stupidest thing ever.
That's why I love it. It's the stupidest argument over two of the exact same thing with no difference other than the packaging. But I thought it
Dude,
was
one
hilarious.
day,
Honestly, I just picked left Twix because I'm left-handed. That's the only reason. But it was
one
too good of an
day,
opportunity to not.
right? One day I got like one of those like packages of 6 Twix, like the smaller ones. And legit, I kid you not, I opened it and they were all left Twix and I was so upset.
As it should be.
Oh god, it was really bad.
Do they still do that? Is left Twix and right Twix still a thing? Or did they get rid of that?
Oh yeah, 100% still a thing.
Is it?
I
Okay.
wish they would get rid of it, but no, it's still a thing.
I remember the one where they're freaking where they're in the factory and the one like tries is like maybe just one time at the left Twix factory, like goes to eat a right Twix, it just shoots him up through the tube and he gets launched into the other factory. He just gets ejected on the spot.
Right?
It's so stupid, but I don't know why that stuck with me. I guess it worked. I guess is the only way to say it. The ad worked.
1 second. Alright. Okay. We are on number 5, right?
Yes, you're guessing my number 5.
Alright. So for your number 5, I put Milky Way.
That is incorrect, though that is interesting because Milky Way is the original Canadian Mars bar. So that's the other reason I asked was for that, but that is not. That is still incorrect. But that's always a fun fact I like to throw out there. I guess first, I don't remember why, but they renamed the Mars bar Milky Way bar in America. But no, my number 5. This is one of those special variant ones. One of the only 2 special variants I've got on here. But if you get the general bar, which I know you had to have guessed it somewhere because it's the most common candy bar in fucking existence. But my number 5 is Hershey's Special Dark. Specifically the Special Dark one. And regular Hershey's bar is great, but I'm not gonna do more than one because that would mess up our scoring system. And I prefer Special Dark after the York peppermint patty thing, and I learned that was dark chocolate. I was like, maybe I should try dark chocolate again. So I remembered hating it because it wasn't as sweet as milk chocolate. And I went and I tried it, and I was like, hey, this shit's good. And since like probably when I was like 9, dark chocolate became my preferred form of chocolate for candy bars in most situations. There's some where I don't think it quite works as well, but and if I'm having just a chocolate bar, especially from Hershey's, dark chocolate tends to be the way I go, or the way I lean. A lot of these bars I haven't gotten to try in dark chocolate format because it's not as common. But the Hershey Special Dark is definitely my favorite form of Hershey bar. But my number 5 guess for you, which I feel like is not on your list based on your reaction from when I said it earlier, was the York peppermint patty.
Incorrect. Yeah, I kind of forgot that was a thing. It would have made the list, but I forgot. No. So you do get another point because my number 5 was a payday.
That was the one that I just threw out there. I was like, maybe she'll have payday. Like I wanted to throw out some not like ones people have heard of but weren't like the most popular candy, like the one that immediately pops to your mind at either candy bar. To change things up, I didn't know you'd actually have it.
Yes, I actually had it. I just really like it. It's a combination of, I believe, is peanuts and chocolate. Yeah, it could be wrong. It
is
could
that
be
the
almonds and chocolate.
is that the one that has the nuts on the outside, or is that just how it
Yes.
looks in the commercial? Okay, I believe
No, it has the nuts on the outside.
if my totally unqualified knowledge with nothing backing it up serves me right, it is peanuts, but I don't
I
have
will
a.
double check real quick.
I think you're
I
right saying
really
it's
don't want to be
peanuts,
wrong.
but
Yeah, it's peanut
okay.
caramel. So it's
I
again peanuts and caramel, which is
Oh yeah, the caramels that
amazing
holds it
together.
on there. I remember the
Yeah.
commercial where they use it as a freaking wrecking ball or something. That's a,
Yeah.
that's the only reason I recall that one.
Yes. So 100% delicious. Peanuts. I can't stand peanut butter, but I absolutely enjoy peanuts, which is kind of weird, I guess. But you know what? To each their own. Um. So yes, payday. Um. For your number four. For your number four, I put Twix.
Well, you got a point.
So I did. So I did get 1 point at
Um,
least.
that's not the correct answer, but I forget if which ones have you said already for me, just so I can recall.
100 grand, Snickers, Kit Kat, Baby Ruth, Mars Bar, and Milky Way.
Okay. Well, you get one more point because it is Kit Kat. So it's now 4-2. Kit Kat is my number 4. This one is my mom's favorite candy bar. Um, and I only remember that because her name is Kathy, and it's spelled with a K, and like the cat. And since that was always her favorite, she used to steal it from my Halloween bucket whenever I'd come home from trick or treating. Um,
Wow.
it's one that another one that I've always liked, but I've grown to like more with time. Um, uh, it's I don't know. It's just a very reliable candy bar. I don't know how to describe why I like it, but uh, I like bars with a lot of a lot of crunch in them. I guess I learned to like over the years. Um, and Kit Kat does that pretty well. But
Thank you.
my number 4 pick for you was Crunch. So I guess that's one for me.
Yes, that's one for you, but also you get another point because actually it's kind of funny because we both have the same place for Twix. We also have the same place for Kit Kat. Um, my number 4 is a Kit Kat. I
Check
used
the
to
thank you.
absolutely hate Kit Kats. I couldn't stand them. I didn't like the crunch in them. I absolutely hated them. But as I grew older, let me rephrase that because I absolutely love them now. Um, I can see why they're like a very popular candy.
Yeah, they are
I'm
very good.
kinda I'm kinda upset how this is going right now. By the way,
Me too. Especially because I'm I have a feeling I'm not done earning points. Um,
feeling that you're not either, guys.
and I'm very
Um,
concerned about. And I don't think you're done earning points, but I don't think you're earning very many more. Unless you get like one right on the money, maybe. But even then,
I
if
You
you
know,
get
I have yet to
yeah,
do that since we started this. You've done
really,
it twice, and I've
you've
yet to
never done it.
do that. I've never done it.
Maybe I'll do it a third time. We'll see. I have a feeling of confidence on one of the upcoming ones for you, but first you got to guess my number 3, which I don't recall if you've said yet. I don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't recall if you've said it yet. So I want to see what your number 3 guess for me is.
I know I have it wrong because you said it earlier.
Oh,
What I put for your number 3 is Hershey's.
oh, it's my number 5. Damn it! I thought you were gonna earn 2 points.
I wish.
I remember you so far. You said 100 grand. Um, you said 100 grand. What else did you say for me?
Snickers,
you
100 grand, Snickers, Kit
yeah.
Kat, Baby Ruth, Mars Bar, Milky Way, Twix, Hershey, um,
and then you got 2 more left, right? That's all the ones
Mhm.
you've guessed so far. Okay, so as of right now, you do not get a point, but maybe it's in your top 2. I hope it is. But um, my number 3 is Crunch Bar. Um,
Ah, no.
I
Crunch bar.
I absolutely love like the crunchiness of the Crunch Bar. Like the crisped rice is something probably in my around the same time as the Kit Kat bar I started to learn to like, maybe a little later because it was a little tougher. But one form of it that I really like at the movie theater is the frickin' Bunch of Crunch. You know, like the little balls of the chocolate with rice crisps, or crisp rice in it. I don't know if you've had that or
Those are
not.
actually good.
Those
I
are
have.
those are fun to snack on, and at the movies. But
Snow
yeah,
caps are usually my favorite. Well, used to be my favorite when they sold them at the movie theater. We would always get snow
yeah,
caps.
snow caps were good. I remember one time I made myself sick by when I worked at the movie theater. For anybody who doesn't know, snow caps are basically chocolate chips with like sugar beads on them. It's about as unhealthy as it sounds. Um, but we sold it when I worked at the movie theater. We sold them. This is when I was in high school. And one time, a coworker dared me to eat literally an entire box in one bite. Like basically open it and pour it down, and I did it. Did not feel too great for the rest of the day, but you know, teenage me, I guess, could handle that. Like, there's no way I would have even been able to swallow that now. Like, that's too much sweet for me now.
Yeah.
But Bunch of Crunch is something that I started having there, and some after I stopped working there, would just grab from the Dollar Tree and bring inside.
Ah,
Because
like that answers my next question. I was waiting. I was gonna ask you. I was like, are you gonna want like one of those people that only ever buy from like the movie theater, or do you actually go in and like bring your own stuff in?
when I worked at the movie theater, I did because you know I got like freaking free popcorn and stuff and free tickets. I got a lot of my stuff for free when I worked there, so that's the primary reason. Um, but
Yeah, maybe I should go work for the theater.
most of the time I would go, especially afterwards when I didn't work there anymore. I would go to the Dollar Tree and bring stuff in, and they would let me since I worked there for years. Even if I wasn't there anymore, the staff knew me. Though that theater has since closed down and reopened with a new company and completely new staff, so I can't get away with that anymore. But I live in a different state, so I don't really go there very often. So
It doesn't matter. I don't even go there.
yeah. Um. Anyway, my why did I check this off? That was you guessing it for me, not the other way around. But my number 3 guess for you was Hershey's.
You know, sometimes I really fucking hate our friendship. Like, really fucking hate our friendship. You can mark that as your third one. That's your fucking third one.
I'm
Okay, I have yet to do it, and you've gotten fucking three.
not to burst your bubble, but I have a feeling I might get a fourth one. I'm feeling
I
pretty confident
highly doubt it.
I'm feeling confident about another one, but we'll see.
I
This could go up in
highly doubt
smoke.
it.
This could be a
Um,
freaking Mountain Dew situation where it turns out you absolutely fucking hate the thing I put for your number one.
Funnily enough, I was snacking on a Hershey's bar this entire episode. Yes, Hershey's is my number three. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Hershey's bar.
Yeah,
It's classic chocolate.
it's the Coca-Cola of candy bars. Like it's
Exactly.
it is the quintessential candy bar. Like if you just say name a candy bar, somebody's gonna say Hershey's. That's just how it
Mhm.
is.
Like s'mores, come on now.
Yeah, Hershey's are versatile too. You got freaking. I have a whole thing I can go on for making s'mores, but that's for another day. But yes, s'mores are one of my favorite things in this to eat in the world. Um,
Oh, I have a question for you because it's
What's
kind
up?
of interesting because I brought up s'mores. Um, do you ever just like crave roasted marshmallows, but like obviously you're too lazy to go fucking start like a campfire or something outside, so you just take a lighter and just start roasting marshmallows indoors?
I
I
can't say I
straight up do
do.
that.
No, I can't say that's. I have the urge for s'mores, but I tend to just eat s'mores Pop Tarts instead. Even though I know it's not the same thing, but that's.
Well, like I don't even make s'mores if I just really want roasted marshmallows and I don't want to go outside and start like a fire or something. Like we used to have a fire pit. Didn't want to go do all that. I would just like take a fork and put the marshmallow on it, and then I would just use a lighter and roast it.
I only ever have roasted marshmallows on s'mores, so I don't crave specifically the roasted marshmallows.
You're missing out. I don't even like marshmallows, but roasted marshmallows are really good.
As a kid, I liked them a lot. They're very sweet. I could, if I had, I don't keep them at my house anymore. If I did eat one, I could only ever eat one. Anymore, I'd be sick unless it's in the s'mores. Which
True,
my
true.
method for making s'mores since I've been a child has always been, because I don't like it to be too roasted, but I don't want it to be too um, thick and uncooked either. I've managed to have the perfect timing method for putting it onto the onto the little whatever you call the prong thingy that you put them on to put them in the camp in the over the fire. Instead of putting them over the fire, I just stick that bitch straight in the middle of the flames, immediately yank it out, and blow it out immediately, and it cooks perfectly halfway through the marshmallow. Like it got that for
Interesting.
like half of it is like got that black roast on the edge, and you look on the sides, you can see like the yellow fade into white. And it's like the perfect like bout like it'd be like making a medium steak. Like it's that perfectly halfway mark between being like on the uncooked side and the perfectly cooked side. And I like it for steak. I tend to go more medium well, but for marshmallows, I like it to be perfectly like halfway roasted all the way, like roasted through. I don't want it to be completely black all around, but I don't want it to be like hardly touched either. So my family
Yeah,
would
that
always
makes sense.
hate. The one thing that sucks is that we, as a kid, we would all be given a certain amount of marshmallows, and I'd be through my s'mores before the family had finished the first, because I'd make them so fast to just be like, boom, done.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, um, I would like to hear your guess for my number two. Just gotta warn you, I would be very shocked if you got it right because they don't sell it in Tennessee.
And no, I got
So
it. I got it wrong. I got it wrong 100%. I put Butterfinger.
yeah, that one would be my like my number 11, or like it could be on the lower end of the top 10 perhaps. That was one that I kind of forgot about. But my number two is a candy that um that's only sold in like the Midwest to Northeast range, like the Illinois, the Wisconsin, Ohio range. To my knowledge, I don't remember the exact states, but I know it's like in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin. It might be in Iowa. I don't remember, but I know it's in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Ohio. Um, but it's headquartered in Illinois, the state I am from. There's a candy company called Fannie Mae. Anybody who's from Illinois knows that name because they are like a they make the like some of the best candy in the world. Specifically, the one that I like is the mint melt away. It is a mint chocolate candy that is it's like the little candy bars. They're kind of cubic shaped, but they're so unbelievably good. They would sponsor my elementary school for fundraisers, and every time my whole family we'd get my grandparents, my cousins all in on it, and we'd all buy just a ton of all the different Fannie Mae candies, not just that one, but that one was the one that I always went for was the mint meltaways. They're so good. If you ever go to Illinois, try to find like a Fannie Mae store or something. If you're in Illinois and you haven't had Fannie Mae mint meltaways, you've got to try it. It is a highlight of life to have Fannie Mae mint meltaways. It's like a
Apparently you can buy them on Amazon.
you might be able to there. I just know like local. It's only like locally sold. So I'm sure they're probably shipped out from somewhere around that region just through Amazon, but in
It
store
looks really good
they
though.
it is so good. It is it was a strong contender for number one, um, but my number one slightly edges it out. But I'd be very shocked if you somehow knew what that was. But it is it is headquartered in Illinois. Sometime since elementary school, they moved manufacturing from Illinois to Ohio, but the headquarters is still in Illinois and Chicago. It is amazing, an amazing candy. But enough of me raving about Fannie Mae, the best candy company in existence. Um, my guess for your number two was Three Musketeers.
Incorrect. Absolutely correct. No, my number 2 was Snickers.
Well, that was my number 8 guess for you, so I'm up to 10. But
Yeah.
what's your experience with Snickers?
Snickers was just always another bar that was like right up there. Sorry, my brother started calling me. Right
You're
up
good.
there with Twix. I would always eat them side by side, Twix and then a Snickers. But yes, I just really also enjoy the combination of candy. Sorry, of everything combined with the you know, caramel and the I believe peanuts again. I usually forget what nuts are in what. So don't quote me. I just really love the combination of everything that's in a Snickers. It's really good candy. I also like the Snickers ice creams; are really good.
I just realized I think I'm gonna have to take back what I said about getting your number one correct, because I just realized I got you confused with somebody else I'm friends with. The favorite candy, unless it's a sheer coincidence that it happens to also be your candy bar. But the thing I was going off of for my number one pick was not from you; it was from somebody else. So now I feel a lot less confident about your number one. Um, so you haven't said it yet, but I'm not as nearly as confident as I was. It should be something I've already said, so you already know that I'm wrong or something. But um,
Yes.
yeah,
I don't want to spoil what your
yeah,
number one is going to be for me. So I'm gonna
yeah,
put a pin in what I'm gonna say now. And we'll come back to it
yeah.
after you say my number one. Um, but yes, that is my number two. Is the Snickers. Um, coincidentally, funnily enough, your number one, I put Three Musketeers, and then you were like, "Oh, it's my number 10." And I'm like, "God damn it!"
Well, there's a one in the number 10. Um,
There's a one
if
in the number
it's
10, just followed by a 0.
if it's any consolation, you do get one more point. Because my number one is the Milky Way Midnight Bar. It is
Ooh.
essentially a Milky Way bar, but with dark chocolate and white nougat. That was the candy that got me onto caramel. Um, I always refused to even try it when I hated caramel because I saw it had caramel in it. I would always give it away. Never tried it. Same this also regular Milky Way would essentially be my number two. I love regular Milky Way too. I just like the dark chocolate version more. But eventually, I tried the Milky Way Midnight Bar because I was just like, what does that even mean? And I still don't know why specifically they named it that. Maybe the white's like the moon and it's dark chocolate for a night sky. I don't know. Instead of just Milky Way dark. But um, but I tried it and I was like, this is the greatest shit I've ever fucking had. and it became an obsession for a while. I would buy bags of it and I'd eat an unhealthy amount of it. Um, from like late elementary school to early junior high. That was like my unhealthy obsession and kind of the start of that change in my candy liking. That's what got me to put Twix on the list. That's how Twix ended up there. Was I used to not like it, but somehow after having Milky Way, I liked it. And yes, Milky Way Midnight is my favorite candy bar by a long shot. Except Milky Ways are really close. I don't know why I said by a long shot. And Crunch is also, yeah, it's not necessarily a long shot, but it is definitely, without a doubt, my favorite candy bar. Before I guess your number one, I want to throw out what I was talking about earlier when I said there's something that I absolutely hate that goes into candy bars quite often. Um, and I don't know if anybody listening has picked up and been able to guess what that was, or if they even remember that I said it in the first place. But I hate having any form of nut in a candy bar with chocolate.
Ooh, lame.
That's
what I absolutely love.
It does, to me. It just doesn't do anything but make it like some of them I can tolerate, but there's never a situation where I would rather have that than if they weren't there. It's like Hershey's with almonds. I mean, I'll eat it, but I'd just rather have it without the almonds. Something, or like with peanut bars. That's why Snickers was not on my list anywhere. I know that's one of the most beloved candy bars, but I don't like it. I don't like nuts in candy bars. This goes against the taste I want from a candy bar to me. I know that's probably like heresy for a candy bar conversation. I know tons of people love having that in there, but the closest I had was Reese's, which has peanut butter in there, which I love peanut butter and chocolate, but not peanuts and chocolate or almonds and chocolate or pecans, anything like that with chocolate. Not my thing. But
Interesting.
I all my confidence for my pick for your number one is completely gone because I realized it is my friend's number one, not yours, unless it coincidentally is. My number one pick for you was Toblerone.
Never tried it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I've never tried it. No.
Me neither.
No.
So, that's Gary, by the way. Is the one that loves it. Gary was the one that told me.
My sister loves that. Yeah, my sister loves it too. No, my number one is a Mystery Good Bar.
Oh, Mr. Good Bar? Okay. I thought I said Mystery Good Bar. I'm like, wait, what's the Mystery Good Bar?
Mr. Good Bar. No, Mr. Good Bar.
I wouldn't have guessed that anyway.
It's kind of a Hershey's brand type thing. It's like it's definitely always mixed in with like the Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah.
With the variety bags.
That's the one with peanuts in it.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I like chocolate with nuts in it. So. No. So what I was gonna say before, and I didn't want to ruin. I didn't know, like, cause I don't know what you had. What I was gonna say was, you put Three Musketeer, and I fucking absolutely 100% without a doubt hate all those chocolates, like the Milky Ways, the Mars bars, the Three Musketeers.
What? Why?
I hate them.
What's wrong with them?
I don't like the taste, and I don't like the texture of them.
Is it like the nougat in the Milky Way that you don't like? It's literally made like the same chocolate. The chocolate part's the same as Snickers, but the nougat is different. I don't remember if Snickers has nougat or not.
I don't really know what it is. It's like, how do I describe it? You take a Twix, and then you take one ingredient out of a Twix for each, and like it gives you each of the other bars. And I don't know. I feel like it's missing something,
Twix
and it doesn't taste nougat. Right. No, but it's. I forget which bars it is. I honestly, I would have to Google it. But you take a Twix, you take out the peanuts, and then you get like something like one of the other two.
Well, there aren't peanuts in Twix.
I mean, not peanut. Sorry, the caramel.
Okay.
Oh my god! Shut up.
I was gonna say, wait. What? Peanut Twix would not be on this list if there's peanuts in there for me.
No. I don't know what it is. Mars bars, it's like not Mars bars. Three Musketeers, and specifically, I don't like the filling at all. Period.
That one I can get. That one's got like that creamy chocolate filling. I don't really know what it. I just know it's like a chocolate cream filling. That one I can
Yeah,
get. And maybe Milky
like
Way. Maybe it's just because there's not peanuts that the texture just doesn't really work without peanuts for you. Maybe I don't know.
probably. I don't know what it is though. Like all of those candy bars, they taste the same to me. I don't like them. I hate them. Downright hate them. Um, so the fact that you put Three Musketeer on my list, I was like, oh my god, I fucking hate that. It was like I felt like your number one was gonna be so wrong based on that answer. It was wrong for another
That
reason,
was
but
yeah. It was our friend Gary. That's his favorite candy bar. And I got it confused with the wrong. I had it on the wrong person. But I still got a perfect guess at one point for the
you
Hershey's.
did,
Um,
and it ended what 10-5.
yep, 10-5. So that means next week it is. What did I say? Oh yeah, countries you want to visit. Country. Our top 10 favorite. I don't know. Overseas vacation destinations. There's got to be some way to simplify that name. You'll find out what it is whenever the episode name pops up. But yeah. So yeah. I guess real quick before we go, I guess if you're just here for the candy bar parts, we can go ahead and just hop off the episode because I think we're done talking about candy bars. But I wanted to discuss random other thing that has nothing to do with the rest of the show. But I showed Whitney earlier. I got at the time of recording, the game has not come out yet, but I got the Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom edition of the Nintendo Switch OLED model, and like it is the most beautiful thing. It looks so much better in person than it does on the pictures, with like the way the gold is like all shiny and reflective and whatnot. Compared to everything else, it just looks like it was like a premium should have cost an extra $100 system when it's the same price as the regular Switch OLED. I got it because
Safe to say, I'm very jealous of him.
I'm a Breath of the Wild, the previous Zelda game, the one that Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel to, is my second favorite video game of all time, behind Persona 5. And safe to say, I've been absolutely stoked for Tears of the Kingdom, which launches in just a couple days from recording. By the time this comes out, it'll have already been out, and hopefully, I am absolutely loving it. Reviews have not gone up yet; they're supposed to go up tomorrow morning. But I've just been super stoked about that, and I just have to share it somewhere and see how this ages and see if the game's well received or not. But that is gonna I'm thinking about making. I don't know if I'm gonna make it my new primary Switch, or if I'm gonna make it my Zelda specific Switch. Just have a bunch of Zelda games downloaded on it. Since I own a bunch, I don't know. It's so nice, but I also don't want to damage it because it looks so great. If that makes sense.
Right.
It's one of those that's so pretty to look at. I don't want any scratches on it. I want it to be stay in pristine condition. But
All right.
that's where we're gonna go ahead and end the episode now. Just wanted to get that off my chest, just because I haven't gotten to verbally talk about it yet since I've received it, and so I figured I'd go ahead and get that off my chest. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys next week when we discuss where in the world we want to visit, where in the world Carmen Sandiego will go with us. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. So thank you guys for listening. That was close.
He always did it.
That was very close. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to leave a positive rating if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, follow, whatever your platform of choice calls it. And recommend it to any friends of yours if you think they would also enjoy it. We'd really appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.